What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ross back at it again with another video. So your boy is actually heading to the studio to link up with Dub to record some videos for the main page. So while I was heading there, I wanted to kind of talk to y'all about kind of something that I had been thinking about, and kind of wanted to be transparent with y'all. So I've been thinking lately, was it worth it getting this Mercedes-Benz that I'm in right now, the E43 that I'm in right now? Was it actually worth it in hindsight? Now, like I said, I'm going to be transparent with y'all and talk about some things financially that, in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have did, but I'm going to give my reasonings why I think it worked out in the end. So, for those who don't know, my very first car was a 1998 Honda Accord that I bought from my grandmother. Rest in peace. Love you so much. And I had got it right when I graduated college in 2013. I never had a car before. I knew how to drive and stuff. It's just I didn't have my own car. So I bought the car from my grandmother. Originally had like 74,000 miles on it, which is really good considering she barely drove it. Once again, it was a 98 Honda Accord. I remember my grandmother picking me up from elementary school in that car. So that just should let you know how well she kept the car in great condition. So I ended up getting the car, and I was riding the car until I want to say it got to like 200,000 miles on it, like 215,000 miles on the odometer. So the car did me well, ran it literally till the wheels fell off. It just got too expensive to keep fixing the car because it was just starting to fall apart. It was an old car, but it did me well. So from there, I ended up getting a 2018 C300. And for me, that was a pretty big upgrade coming from a 98 Honda Accord to a 2018 C300. And I had that car for a little bit, maybe a couple months, and then I ended up trading that car in for a 2018 E300. Now I was like, okay, this is real nice. I'm gonna probably stay here for a little bit. Cool. Well, that didn't last that long because literally a few months later on, I ended up getting this car I'm in right now, this E43 Benz right now. Mind you, this all took place in 2021. So I got the C300 in 2021, then the E300 in 2021, and then in 2022, at the beginning of 2022, I ended up getting this one right here, the E43. Now, here's the thing. With the C300, I was able to trade it in, and I ended up getting money back because the value of the car. With the E300, that was not the case. Here's the thing. When I was initially talking to the person that I was trying to get the car from, I went to a Mercedes dealership. When I was originally talking to the person, they was like, look, your credit's fine. It's just the banks are having trouble wanting to issue out the loan because I didn't have enough car history. Mind you, I had literally, the Honda Accord was already paid off. So I was only paying for maintenance and insurance. So I didn't have a car note. And with the C300 and E300, I only had those cars maybe a few months, like 6 months combined between both. Because I've traded them in and upgraded relatively quick. So the banks weren't really trying to give out a loan because I didn't have enough car history. One bank ended up doing it. That was Ally. Now, here is where I guess you could say the financial smartness kind of left the room, because this wasn't financially the smartest thing to do. Even though I had the money to do it, it wasn't the smartest thing to do it still. So Ally said, okay, cool, we'll give you the loan, but since we don't have much of a car history for you, the APR is gonna be high. And boy, my APR is high. I'm not gonna lie to you. For a car, it's very pricey. Even for this model, it's very pricey. My APR is at 16%. Ridiculously high. And I don't advise anybody, even if you got the money, I don't advise you to take the deal. Now, I took the deal because I'm not going to lie to you. I love this car. As soon as I saw it online, the way it was set up, the all black with the black rims, the stealth black rims, I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to have to get it. And even when I test drove it, you know, the all digital dash and everything, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get it. So, yes, financially, it was not smart to do, but I wanted the car. So I was like, all right, cool. So with my APR being so high on this vehicle, how much they set up for me to be paying a month is probably going to shock a lot of y'all. For this particular car, and I'm going to put it in context, my red E43, I'm paying less a month on that car than I am this car. And this car is essentially much cheaper than, you know, the GT. What it, especially now the value of this car is pretty much, it's shot to hell, but we can talk about that later. But yeah, I'm paying $1,600 a month on this car. I have been paying it for the past few years. Once again, not financially smart, so I'm not advocating this. I have the money for it, so that's cool, but it's not the smartest thing to be doing, right? Cool. So I've had the car for a few years, and I've loved it. You know, I get compliments on it all the time, and it's my baby. Now, the reason why I sometimes have those moments of like, damn, in hindsight, should I have done this, and have a little bit of like, maybe I shouldn't have, is because obviously it's just not smart financially. I should have walked away. My car note from my E300 was like $700 a month. Granted, that's still a lot to a lot of people, but, you know, it was really manageable for me for the amount of money I was making. So, I have my moments where I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't have, but then I think about what came after I got this car. When I got this car, I ended up linking up with one of my homies. We ended up racing. He has a Mustang. Whatever, we ended up racing. I did win. This is when my car was stock. And he started inviting me along to car meets. And that's how I started getting into the car meets and the car community. It was essentially because I bought this car. If I did not get this car at that time, I don't know, and I'm being honest, I don't know if I start doing car content. I'm being dead ass. I don't know if I even make a car channel. Because originally my car videos was just like a playlist on my Kicking It With Ross channel, but I don't even know if I do that. Because in my other Mercedes, I wasn't going to car meets. Hell, I wouldn't even put in that car in Sport Plus mode, and it has a Sport Plus mode. I was just chilling. It was just my cool daily driver. Now, once I got this, then I started getting into going to car meets. Then I started getting into, you know what, let me tune up the car. This car is tuned up. It's a stage 2 ECU tune with downpipes and a CPC tune. So I started getting more invested in adding more power to the car and going to car meets and stuff like that, because essentially I bought this. So in those moments where I think maybe financially it wasn't the best decision to get this in hindsight, I also think about, well, if I didn't get this, I don't think I would be doing car content. This video you see right now probably wouldn't be a thing. Not to say that I wouldn't have gotten into it at some point, but it wouldn't have, I don't know if it would have happened this soon. So it's really a trade-off. Yes, financially, it wasn't the smartest decision to do. Even my mama told me, she's like, yeah, that wasn't the smartest decision, but she said it is a beautiful car. And it is. And I love my car. I put a lot of money and time into it. And also, the other potential trade-off here is once I got this car, I started actually writing this car off and the expenses of this vehicle off on my taxes. So for those who don't know, if you do get into a space where you start making content and you start making money from YouTube, Twitch, or whatever, you can write off a lot of the stuff, your business expenses. For example, since I'm heading to the studio right now, I have an app that records my mileage and I track it as work mileage. Me heading to the studio is technically me going to work. Anytime I get gas for this car, that's, obviously, an expense to put gas in this car. Anytime I go to a car meet, the mileage to get to the car meet, I use that as a write-off. So even the maintenance, the tunes, the regular maintenance and stuff like that, getting new tires, regular checkups, all that stuff, I write that as a business expense because it is. This technically is my daily driver. And I started doing that, and ultimately it helped when it came back to me paying the IRS back, when it's time for tax season. So, in all, in hindsight, yes, financially, this wasn't a situation I probably should have, embarked on. I should have walked away. But the trade-off is simply I was able to, create some good content with this car. I also have fun in this car, and I'm able to write off the expenses on this vehicle, for tax season. And I do it on my GT53 as well. So it's just one of those things where, yes, I will say, if you're in a situation and the dealership is trying to, get you to buy a vehicle and you're not liking what if you feel like the APR is too high, that your monthly payment is going to be too high, walk away from the deal. Walk away. But if you got the money and you feel like, man, screw it, you only live one life, and this is something that you really want to keep, and you feel like you're going to keep it for a very long time, then go ahead and do it. And once again, if you're in a business, you have your own business and whatnot, you can just write this off, or you can just lease it. I know a lot of people lease cars too. Me personally, I plan on keeping this car. So, this is going to be a car I'm going to keep most likely until the wheels fall off legitimately, just like my Honda. So it's just one of those things. I didn't choose to lease it. I chose to keep it. I've had plenty of times to even sell this car if I wanted to before the value on this car tanked. But I didn't, because I'm going to keep this. This is something that, essentially started my car enthusiasm even more. It brought it, I love cars as a kid, but it brought it to the forefront, and now I'm making content from it. So that's a special place in my heart. So in hindsight, financially, no, shouldn't have did it, but I don't regret it because it kind of worked out in the end. So I just wanted to kind of be transparent with y'all, and kind of give y'all the insight of, what I did to get this vehicle, what I'm saying? And once again, it's all about being financially responsible. If you got the money and you're going to have the money, cool. If you don't have the money, just save up, wait till it's a better moment, because if I would have waited, I could have gotten this car way cheaper than what they were asking for at the time. So it is what it is. But hopefully y'all enjoyed this cruising conversational video. I'm almost to the studio now, the In the Clutch Studios. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. If y'all want me to, talk about some more, car related vids, my opinions on, the car meet scene and stuff like that, I definitely will. Also, if y'all want me to, give y'all a little bit, some more insight of, just what you can write off when it pertains to your vehicles and stuff like that, definitely I'll do that for y'all. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Peace.